Hello and welcome to this live stream. What's up everyone? Have you had a weekend? Or did you need to work? I got so confused when it was an hour ago and you weren't streaming. I thought I missed something. Oh yeah, we got wintertime. So we had an hour longer this night. So I woke up really early. Because I still slept the same amount of time, but I woke up about an hour earlier than I would have woken up earlier. Woken up usually. Yeah, America changes next week. It's a bit complicated. But that's just how things work. I suppose that's a good argument for getting rid of summer and winter time, but I like summer and winter time for reasons I've gone into before, might go into again if you want to. Well, hello there. Hello! A night that says nee. Right on time for the theme. Hell yeah. It's a banger. An absolute banger. Hey Skylar, what's up? Welcome. The subscriptions give birth. I don't know. But thank you for the 9 months. Exact. How do I pronounce your username? Like... The X at the start, like the Minecrafter, is like Exuma Void, even though it's XI Zuma Void. It's confusing. Is it Xak, which sounds a bit odd? It's probably not that. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I hope your knees are doing well. Because they are sure beautiful tonight. Or... this afternoon, wherever you live. And we're gonna play some Zoo Tycoon today. I'm not late. You, as a whole, America as a whole, is early. It's 8 PM here where I live currently. So, I'm on time. It's just that you are not in wintertime yet. And I am. Because last night, the hour from 2 AM until 3 AM went by twice. So we got an extra hour. Which I don't care about. But I do like wintertime. Otherwise, it would get light very late. I follow the streamer with regular viewer called Marcus. And I never hear the difference between High Max Arceus and High Marcus. I just usually call you Max. Do I? I don't know actually. You usually start at 2 PM, which is an hour ago since I'm EST. Yeah, but you get wintertime in a week, right? So then will be 2 PM again. The streamer is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. I do. The first Sunday of November. With the Australians, it's even more complicated, because in this, whenever they do their transition, I don't know if it's this weekend or another weekend, but they go, like they lose an hour, we gain an hour, they lose an hour. So, if I'm usually on at like, I think they're like usually 8 hours later, so usually on at 4 AM, okay, they're not watching me anyway, because it's 4 AM, but then in the winter, it might suddenly be that I'm on at 6 AM. It's a 2-hour difference. I'm still in favor of daylight saving time, summer and winter time. I think it's a great idea. But for these kind of international things, it can give a little bit of confusion around the switching time. But I hope that as Europe as a whole, we don't lose it. Part of the reason is that I live quite far up north. Because the Netherlands is like Canada level north. So all of you USians, except the ones that live in Canada, live in Alaska or something, you live further south than I do. I don't like it when I leave work and it's already dark. But I don't like it when I wake up at like 8 AM and it's still dark for like an hour. Wintertime is normal time, by the way. Wintertime is standard time. It's summertime. Well, we get an hour extra. in the evening, because otherwise it's light at 3 a.m. here. So either we have 3 a.m. until 10 p.m. or we have 4 a.m. until 11 p.m. which is obviously better. And in the winter, which is standard time, we either have the most extreme, roughly about 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. or we have, if we keep summertime, we have 9 p.m. light at 9 p.m. which is when most people have already started working, started school. For me personally, it wouldn't really matter. I get up at about 9 a.m. I mean 9 a.m. For me it doesn't really matter. But I was in school once upon a time, believe it or not, and I got up at about 6:45. Then after got breakfast and stuff, then I cycled to school for an hour. I arrived school at 8:10, roughly that time, then school started. Imagine this, you cycle to school for an hour, it's dark the entire time. Then you have an hour of math, English, whatever. It's still dark that entire hour. And only then it gets light. If you want teenagers to be sleepy during school time, that's the way to do it. Because in my time when I went to school, and what still happens, because we still have winter time, the sun came up right about 15 minutes before we arrived at the school. So by the time school started at 8:15, it was light. And then, you properly wake up because it gets light. But if you don't have that, then it'll absolutely screw up teenagers. I think teenagers probably worse than primary school kids. But you'll absolutely mess up their entire sleeping schedule. And I think it's a terrible idea. Imagine learning math while you're tired and it's still dark outside. That's just not a good combination. So if anything, if we take one, we need constant winter time, not constant summertime. Losing the hour in the evening in the summer sucks, but that doesn't really mess with your sleep schedule too much. But losing the hour of light at the start of the mornings in the winter, up here, up north, is a very big problem. So, yeah, we definitely need that. You can't buy it. You need to, you know what I mean. Time changes lead to heart attacks. They don't. Matt Parker did the analysis on that. They do lead to heart attacks, but it's like if you take over a week or 2 weeks, the same amount of heart attacks happen. They just happen a little bit earlier in the week. So yeah, technically it causes heart attacks, but only a few days earlier than usual. So that's not really an argument. Sleep issues are an argument, but it's the question is, are those sleep issues worth it compared to the benefit we get from having an hour of extra time, roughly between like 9 and 10 or 10 and 11 p.m, depending on when exactly, in the evening in the summer. Is that worth it? I think yes, but then again, I might not even notice that summertime is a thing if I just didn't pay attention to it, because I had never any problems with it sleep-wise. So that's also personally for me easy to say. Computing is also easier without time changes. Yeah, but then again, how much stuff do we really do online? I more than average, obviously, but I'm a live streamer. But if you have a job, 20 kilometers away from your house, all your friends live, fairly close by, so aka within a few hours drive at most. How often do you communicate with people outside of other time zones? Not that often, so for most people it's not really that big a deal. Anyway, let's get into the game. I do understand why people want to get rid of time zones. I just personally think that the downsides are less than the benefits. Hang on, didn't I? Oh no, I did this one earlier. Okay, let's do this one. Arctic Zoo. An area has been set aside in northwest Alaska as a rehabilitation facility for local animals which have been hurt or abandoned by their parents. These animals will be cared for at this facility with the goal to be released back into the wild. The first shipment of animals has arrived and can be found in their shipping cages near the front gate. The animals won't leave these cages until they've been placed in valid exhibits. Keep in mind that you will not be able to adopt any animals in this scenario, we've seen that before. When this batch of animals are in exhibits with a D70 suitability, another shipment will arrive. We have 12 months to complete. Let me already start a cheat engine because we're gonna need it. Especially in this one because we can't fast forward it. So what's gonna happen is at some point we'll have completed it. But we won't have... Like, we have completed it but we still need to wait. But we can't adopt any animals. That was a problem last time in a scenario like this. So we'll just speed it up. And average animal happiness rating of 80 and suitability value 75. That seems very easy. Okay, so what do we get? Emperor penguin, bighorn sheep, California seal lion, and that's it. Okay, let's start with the Emperor penguin. Whoops. There we go. That should be a big enough exhibit. And they want a little salt water. I think that's probably enough. Okay. My cat is just sitting on the end of the bed and I'm petting her with my foot. He just bit my foot. Bad kitty. I think kitty needs a spanking. Not enough snow, too much salt water. Alright, maybe I overdid it a little. Okay, this seems to be perfect. And do I need shelters? No, we don't. Yeah, I mean, yes we do. So, let's build shelters. Northern Alaska, released back into the wild, animal native to Antarctica. Good point. I didn't really connect the dots there yet, but yeah. Wow, that was easy. Okay. This was ridiculously easy. Zookeeper. The concrete shelter is cheaper than the wood one for some reason. Is it? 225, 175. Oh, it is. Not that that's really a big deal when you're only building, like, never really more than 3 shelters per exhibit. But, you know, every little bit helps, I suppose. What do we have? Seal lions and bighorn sheeps. Let's start with the bighorn sheep. I think I need a little bit of bigger exhibit. And where's the zookeeper? There we go. Now you get that one and that one. Oh, that's not an exhibit yet. And you. And there we go. That was a hard-earned reward. Yeah, incredibly difficult. You still have the record for the longest roller coaster ride? I don't know. Probably. But there has been theorized a way to do it longer in vanilla. I don't know if anyone's actually built it. I mean, if they just built a small prototype, because it's exponential, it will already be longer. But I don't know if anyone's done that. I'm pretty sure there hasn't been made a video about it, otherwise I would have known about it. Let's see, what do we need? Okay, let's just start with cliffs and hills. Now, let's start with exhibit. I mean, shelter. I'm using the concrete, the wooden one, because it's, well, not here. Here I use this, not the Stable, the Leonto. Yes. Oh, which is 450. Okay, that is significantly more expensive. But I'm using not the concrete one because it's also white. And I like the contrast. So yeah, I probably would have known about it if someone made a longer one. Because someone would tell me. Okay, let's make some cliffs. That doesn't make any sense. It's just a bunch of sticks. Yeah, I know. It's a bit weird. I was surprised. By the way, did you know that Markiplier is going to make an OnlyFans? Which will be very interesting. Okay, that's what we want. Just got to the stream, and the first thing you hear is that Markiplier is going to make an OnlyFans. But yeah, it's true. Oh, I can't check what the favorite tree is. Or is that somewhere here? Oh, that's here. Sagebush. Yeah, he's going to do it for charity. He made a video like, if you get my podcast on #1 on here and, you know, a few other things like that, I'll make an OnlyFans. And, you know, people being horny as they are, they did exactly that. So he's going to make an OnlyFans. What is his OnlyFans? He hasn't made it yet, but he's probably going to get the real URL. So Markiplier or OnlyFans / Markiplier, or however OnlyFans URLs work. But it's going to be tasteful nudes. And yeah, it's going to be for charity. So don't expect full frontal nudity Markiplier. Even though you might like to see that. But no, it's going to be tasteful nudes. He's on a tasteful nude calendar before. And I looked it up just to see what it's like. And, you know, you see nothing. It's like, there was a whole discussion about, you know, Markiplier having a very young audience. And kids, you know, someone would share them somewhere online and kids seeing it. Because they're undoubtedly going to be leaked. But I don't really have a problem with kids seeing Markiplier's OnlyFans content. Because it's tasteful nudes. It's not like some guy wearing a Speedo at the beach probably shows even more than Markiplier's nudes will do. And children go to the beach plenty of times. Oh, the sheep need brown stone. Yeah, why did I think I was finished? So it's not even that big a problem. Of course, children shouldn't be on OnlyFans. You know, the actual pornographic material. But, you know, just Markiplier sitting somewhere where you can see, you know, his legs, his stomach, but not what's in between. Like, what's wrong with that if children see that? I believe that these might not even like any snow. Or barely any snow. I did not think that today I'd hear Marcel discussing Markiplier's nudes. I find it very interesting. I don't really have any desire to buy it or whatever. I don't really watch Markiplier. But I think I saw a video come up with my suggestions where he was like, I'm gonna do an OnlyFans. And honestly, I'm quite a big fan of the guy. I don't watch his videos. But the things he's done, you know, the way he's behaved himself and the things he's done on YouTube and for charity, then he's a fantastic guy and one of the best guys we could have as one of the top guys on YouTube to represent the platform. So in that way, I'm a big Markiplier fan. Okay, too much grass. What do we get now? Okay, it's good enough. Now the sea lions, for which I'm gonna make a combined exhibit. Let's see, let's start with... that's a bit of an ugly... this one. There we go. Let's put the sea lions... Now let's start with... combining it with it... Oh, can I not make a tank? Oh, I can, it's at the top. Of course. Thank you very much for that, Krigeflaf. Would Marcel do tasteful nudes for charity? You know, Markiplier Has a good looking body. And that's the difference between us. So, no. Okay, time to put the sea lions in it. Okay, look at this glitch. My cursor is turning into the upside down thing for the tank whenever it's clicking. Oh, no. Now it isn't. But hang on, if I do this. Oh, now it isn't either. That was a little bit of a glitch, but now it's gone. Anyway. Do we need a zookeeper or a marine specialist here? How's... zookeeper, I suppose, because this doesn't work. Well, we'll grab a zookeeper then. Oops. There we go. And let's make that exhibit. Nice. Not enough grey stone. Too much snow. This is all very expensive. I'm gonna turn this back into snow. There we go. And there. And there. I hope you all liked my last video, by the way, about the smallest zoo. Not enough salt water. I found it very interesting. Just how easily you could exploit Zoo Tycoon like that. How much salt water does it need? Okay, this is technically not an island, but it's a... Okay, now it is an island. It almost only wants salt water. I need some kind of bridge for the zookeepers to get to all the land. Clearly this game has no soft cast cap. That is right. Yes, it doesn't. Or no, it doesn't, I suppose. And... do you like that? Or... Okay, they just don't want more than 3 corals. That's fine. More rocks. They have sufficient foliage. Yeah, I wasn't looking. This is an ugly exhibit. If I say so. And not because I made it ugly, just because their terrain requirements make it ugly. Also, they already have enough rocks, but they still want more. Like, damn. I had like 10 rocks and that was fine, but now we're at like what, 50? Wait, too many rocks? You asked for this. What? Like, they don't like this, but it still says too many rocks, but they don't like it when I remove it? That is weird. It makes sense with how quickly they were already content, but this is... there's some kind of bug or glitch going on here with the happy faces. Anyway. This is fine now. So, there we go. We have the next animals. First though, let's build some paths around the exhibits. There we go. And let's do... Well, let's first see what animals there are. Arctic wolf, Arctic wolf, Arctic wolf, Arctic wolf. I think we have Arctic wolves. Oh, first though, do we have a restaurant? Yes, we do. Get out of my way, zookeeper. Thank you. Charge 16. I don't know if that's optimal, but works for me anyway. Cinema. Animal theater. I'm gonna be rich. Hell yeah. Restaurants are ridiculously OP, and so is the animal theater. Yeah, they're really good. Time to get baffled by a game I know nothing about. I don't know too much about it either, to be honest. Because all the things that I've mentioned from in my video about the smallest zoo to get 1,000 guests was either stuff I just read somewhere or people just told me, or that I figured out through a little bit of trial and error. And you may have noticed that in terms of guest generation and all that stuff, I didn't say any numbers. I just said this increases guest generation, this lowers guest generation. Because I don't know any numbers. I don't know if those numbers are known. I actually don't think they are. We could obviously do a little bit of testing. But yeah, we have a lot less knowledge than we do on the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Okay, let's get the animals here. Let's make sure these fences are opposite each other, or these gates, so the zookeeper can walk between them easily. Okay, where's Mr. Zoo? Okay, I'll just find him this way. He's all the way over there, you lazy bastard. Wait, exhibit 3 and exhibit 5. Oh, right, there are 2 exhibits there. Die, die, die. Oh, I want the guest to drown. Neat. I need a drowning pond for that. So... now let's do with fences this time. I'll make my drowning pond here. And then we're gonna build low sand bank or sand decorative wall, and we'll brown Mr. Orange. There we go. Very, very satisfying. It takes a while for them to drown. They go under, but then the animation plays again. Yeah, they have drowned. Whatever. Okay, time to make my Arctic wolves happy. That's not a lot of requirements. I would have thought there would be more. Well, you know what? Let's spread out the shelters for once. Okay, that's the shelters thing. Now let's do the stone. Okay, they don't want that much. Nope, that's dirt. They don't like that either. Okay, they just want a lot of snow apparently. Okay, let's just spread out the grey stone a bit more evenly then. Marcel and more shelters than necessary, they have a more iconic duo. I mean, why not? Look, they're with 4. The extra shelter gives them a little bit of happiness, although I don't know how accurate that is anymore. But also, when they get a baby, there are still enough shelters. It's a good idea, right? Not enough fresh water. Oh, there we go. Too much grey stone. More rocks. Alright. mean, me and forgetting an exit path is... Well, that's just iconic, isn't it? And we got more. Did we get the notification last time as well, when we got the Arctic foxes? I don't remember it. Is this the same with... Are we gonna get the same notification with too many damn rocks? Yeah, we do. That's some weird stuff. Interesting. You don't get any negative emotion faces if you delete more than one thing at a time. Okay. Oh, that was easy. Next ones. Which are a polar bear and a grizzly bear. If we combine them, we have a growlar bear, which is a thing in real life. Just like a liger or a mule. Okay, so we can put the polar bear in there. And then we'll have some space for the grizzly bear there. You know what, let's just immediately build that. There we go. I would have gone with Pizzly Bear. I don't think Pizzly Bear is a good name for an animal. Unless it's like a dog and constantly pees on everything. But I don't think most bears are like that. Could be wrong though. Okay, what else do we need? Fresh water, of course. Can bears swim? I mean, polar bears can, but can grizzlies? Let's find out. Can you swim? Yes, they can. Cool. Oh, they want cliffs or hills. Right, they do. Oh, we were on low funds. I didn't even notice. Okay. More foliage. Let's first do shelters though. Can I even do shelters? Yes, I can. Oh, we only need a small one. And he's on his own. They're not gonna make any babies. You're out of money. Well, no longer. All hail the money gods. We're only in April and I'm already working on... Well, actually, I'll be done after I've completed these ones, because then I have all 6 animals. Thank God we have a speed up. I mean, maybe we still got more, but I don't think so, because the requirement was 6 animals. Okay, you don't want a lot of trees, apparently. And... some rocks. Alright. You are easy as well. Next. You will get salt water. How's the restaurant income? Probably not that great, because we don't have a lot of guests. Yeah, it takes a while. Okay, that's it for that. And more rocks. That's literally all. The terrain for a polar bear is fairly cheap, but trees are expensive. So the fact that you don't need any trees saves a bit of money too. Okay, now I need a zookeeper. And that's it. Oh, you need the other exhibit too. Oh wait, no, I already had a zookeeper. Never mind. You can go. You are assigned to those, right? Yeah, you are. No, he isn't. Well, now he is. Wonderful, but that was ridiculously easy. I've beaten it, right? Oh wait, this is different awards. Yeah, there are only 2 requirements. So unless my animals die, which I hope they don't. Okay, so we have 1 restaurant. Let's have 2 mechanics that can mend fences, should they need to. That tank needs a filter. Alright. Are they unhappy now? Oh, still too many rocks. I'll delete some more. But I can't build a filter in there because it's in the middle of the exhibit, right? How does that work? Okay, obviously I can't build it there. Oh, they actually don't seem to care. I thought they would not like it. I thought they would be like, a filter? What's that? Get it away from me, please. But no. They're very happy with it. Well, that's the zoo. Let's save it. Arctic save zoo. Oh, I accidentally typed Z with 2 I's. So now I have an Arctic save Z. Die. Anyway, let's speed it up. And then we can wait around. Hang on, we got a red message. Oh, they can't get to California sea lion whatever. Well, that's their fault, not mine. There's not any land they can't reach, so... Okay, it's fine now. Bring some water. Thank you, I need it. Okay, I didn't see the notification because I was drinking water, but I did see it on the stream. I still didn't know what it was about, so let's have a look. It was probably the highest customer satisfaction or the quality animal care, either of the 2. The highest customer satisfaction has a 25k bonus, which is neat. So how's the restaurant doing? It's made about 6k. No, 8k. And how's the zoo in general doing? Looks to be doing well. We made 11k profit in June. I don't know if that 5,000 was from a prize or just natural donations. Also, I should have changed the entry price to either 19 or 29, but I didn't. And now I don't need any more because we have nothing to build. Let's see, we still fulfill the requirements. The sea lions were in the water. Well, that's the sea lions' fault then. Gary, did you play Zoo Tycoon before this? Because you know a lot about it. Were you already a bit of an expert, or have you just been playing it a lot and are you an expert now? Well, expert, at least you know quite a bit about it. I don't know if you're necessarily an expert. You might be. You've been playing it a lot. But I'm very happy with that. Because it's fun to have people in the chat who are, you know, also really good at Zoo Tycoon. And I'm not quite really good yet. I believe I'm quite competent, but not really good yet. At least not nearly near Roller Coaster Tycoon level. Okay, now I'm just hoping that the animals won't die. Because if they do, I can't adopt new ones. If they don't age while they're in the cage, maybe it's wiser to just start later. I don't know. Anyway, I do know how the animals dying work. So every animal has a death clock, which I believe only starts ticking after a year. So that means none of these can die too early, except from illness. Every animal has a death clock, which starts ticking at some point. And it is believed that for every animal, that point is at a minimum 1 year and at a maximum 4 years. And like, I believe zebras and gazelles start ticking after 1 year, and the longest living ones, like African wild dogs, probably elephants, you know, tortoises, those kind of animals, start after 4 years. And then they have a random chance to die every minute, second, whatever, how often they roll, I don't know. And that's how animals dying works. But since the minimum seems to be a year, and the deadline for this zoo is a year, that can't happen. Is the ticking process equally long? You mean compared to to Roller Coaster Tycoon? Most likely not. I don't know how exactly the ticks work, but it's most likely a little bit different. Roller Coaster Tycoon has 30 ticks a minute. This game, I don't know. Who is screaming? I would guess that's one of the bighorn sheeps. Also, we have 4 of them now. Okay, now we do hear it here. We don't hear it on the other side. I don't know what's that. Anyway, it's almost the end. And we have 125k in the bank. Maybe it's from the Dino cinema. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we got a lot through concessions. Holy damn. How many guests do we have? 465. This is way too easy. Oh yeah, that was a Santa, which always comes on Christmas Day. There's also a Blue Fang plane, which comes on like September something, which is for the because like when the company started on September or whatever, or maybe the game released, I don't know. And there's also a witch on Halloween, and I believe that's it. How did you fast forward like that? That's just cheat engine. Okay, we have one. Very nice. Save. On to the next one. Oops. Play tutorial and scenarios. Beach Resort Zoo. A wealthy hotel has started a new beach resort in the Bahamas. He has decided to build a zoo near his hotel as an attraction to guests. He has put you in charge of a selection of animals for the zoo and making the zoo a success. Why does every sentence start with he has? That's bad writing. Anyway, he has set aside a large plot of land with many varied terrain types that he insists would be adequate for a wide variety of animals. He only asks that you choose a diverse selection of animals from across the globe. Once complete, 12 achieve zoo rating of 80, achieve an average animal happiness of 90, earn an exhibit suitability rating of at least 80 for 7 exhibits, exhibit at least 2 animals from the Arctic, at least 2 animals from Australia, 2 animals from South America, 2 animals from North America, 2 animals from Southeast Asia, 2 animals from the desert in North Africa, and at least 5 animals from the savannah in Africa. Damn, this is gonna be a big zoo. What? Like, 5 animals from the savannah? Do they mean 5 distinct ones? I think they would mean that. So not just, 5 gazelles. I've been playing a lot this weekend because I've been sitting around waiting for my project partner to get this part of the project back to me, so I had nothing to do. Okay. It means 5 animals total. It would say 5 species if it meant species. Oh, okay. Well, that makes the zoo a little bit smaller. Let's go. Yeah, fitting all those animals in here would definitely be possible, but a little bit on the small side. Alright, let's get started. With... How about a rhinoceros? I haven't done a rhinoceros yet. I think. Why am I wasting money with building a double fence there? Oh well, I don't care. There's a savannah area. I don't care. I just want to make it next to the entrance. And I might build another savannah animal later there. Yeah, I need 5, but I can just use different species and whatever, so... You know, I'll build another exhibit later. It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. Just trying to help you save money. I don't need to save money. I'll be fine. Famous last words. Let's start with a restaurant. Doesn't quite fit here. Okay, we'll build it here then. I don't need to save money. Have you noticed that some zookeepers are male and some are female? No. Hang on. How about this one? Is it actually true or is it just nonsense? Oh, they have a... Let's see. Oh yeah, this one's female. She is definitely a lot thinner. You can see that. Anyway, I don't need 3 of you. Okay, you get that exhibit. And she has boobs. Okay, that makes her instantly the hottest video game character ever. I never noticed as a kid. Honestly, yes, but you can barely see. Wait, they already have a kid? What the hell? You're just on a grassy plain. Well, okay. That's quick. Rhinos are horny. Haha, nice pun. Not big enough. Alright, I'll make it bigger. I don't know if this is big enough, but it's at least a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's delete all these fences. That'll give me back some money, because I need it. Too much savannah grass, not enough dirt. Yeah, I did this in entirely the wrong order too. I'm terrible at this game. Not enough fresh water. Alright. Too much dirt. And not enough savannah. Well, that's easy to solve. Drown a gas. Alright, I'll do that after I'm finished. With this? Okay, what trees do you want? That one. Okay, they don't need a lot of trees. And now it's sheltering time. Do they need a stable? Because they are hooved animals. Yes. Yes, they do. And rocky time. Let's start with a big, well, not that big, with a reasonably sized savanna rock. Oh, we got the silver plaque for animal exhibit excellence, whatever. Wonderful. Okay, that was easy. Gotta love how these animals are so damn picky in this game. They have more opinions than a Twitter thread. Nice. You know, it's funny of Twitter. Everyone says that Twitter is a toxic cesspool and whatnot. I don't see it. But that's because I literally don't see the toxicity. Because I only follow people who I want to follow. And that's YouTubers. Just, you know, for updates on their work and whatnot. On the channel. And maybe some, you know, funny novelty accounts. You know, there's an account that shares terrible maps. You know, funny, terrible. And there's a account that does great maps. Those kinds of accounts I follow. And yeah, the few times I've looked at the replies at, for example, a tweet from Mark Rutte, who is our Prime Minister. Yeah, it's a toxic cesspool. Absolutely. But I just don't go there. And then it's fine, because you don't see it. Still waiting for a RimWorld stream. That's probably not gonna happen. But thank you for the 22 months, one of these mics. Oh yeah, do not forget the drowning. Good point. I'll put in some animals here first. Which haven't I done yet? Well, the African wild dog. That's an interesting one. And then all I have to do now is just fence off a little bit here with, you know, a small fence. Oh, and make sure that guests can't get out here. And drown a guest. There we go. You will die. I love the sound when you can't place an item and it goes boing. Yeah, that's a pretty great sound. Did you ever try Dino Park Tycoon? No, I haven't. Oh, look at the doggy. He was lying on his back. Oh, they want more animals. And now they don't like more animals. Well, screw you. Okay, let's start doing terrain. What do we want? Savannah? What else do we want? Sand. Dirt? Yes, yes, we want dirt. Very dirty boys. I love me some dirty boys. It's not big enough? Okay, I don't give a crap about that. Still more animals of the same type. Oh, you're a pack animal. Alright, I'll make it a little bit bigger. You know what? I'll make it much bigger, because that's fun. It's also probably a bad business decision, but, you know, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna leave all those trees, because they might be useful. Save some money. Okay, now we probably want some water. What else do we want? Does not like the kind tree, whatever the hell that is. Probably that one. I think it does like the other two. Yeah. Is there any other tree I need to remove? No. Okay, not enough shelters. What kind of shelters do we need? No, not stables. Probably just... Not lean-tos? No, normal ones. And... Okay, that should be enough. Okay, now it should definitely be enough. Now it's not big enough again. Do I look like I care? Okay, well, the dogs are fine. Or the trees are fine. So are the rocks. Yeah, this is as big as you're gonna get it, matey. Now we need the zookeeper to do something. It's like you try to place an item and it just ricochets off. Pretty much. Okay, there's the food. They should all eat. Okay, they're not hungry, but they are happy, which is good. Although average animal happiness is only 80. They'll slowly get happier. They'll be fine. I hope. If not, well, you know, like I care. Okay, it's time for some more income. So we're gonna build this thing right there. The dead ends aren't really as much of a problem in this game, because guests have more intelligence than a peanut. Okay, that thing is in my vision way. Alright, and we'll do that. And that. Then we're gonna build another animal here. Let's go with, like, do we need like grassland? These are this is North American. Yeah, we did need that. So, let's do that. Also, I need to make these more expensive. Let's go to 950 and 11. Oh, and I need to make my entrance more expensive. And I think advertising will be profitable too. Especially with an entrance that expensive. Okay, so let's start by equalizing. And then we're gonna do American Bison. Okay, thank you for the emergency funds. And some water. Swim shacks are OP. Oh yeah, I need a swim shack. Good point. Okay. A few trees. That was easy. And there we go. Where's my zookeeper? I think it's wise to do that. And then, like, unlist exhibit 5 and get a separate zookeeper for that. Especially with that many animals. Charge for the entry and attractions at the swim shack and Dino cinema. Yeah, that's how you make money. So let's make some money on the swim shack. I'm gonna level this off. And make this a little bit more watery. Why can't I? Oh, there's a tree there, isn't there? Yes. Yes, there is. Now we're gonna build a swim shack, if I have one. I do. I never know which one's the front. I suppose because the hot dog stalls are facing that way, that we need to face it this way. Like, I always forget which way we need to face, which ways it needs to face. Okay, now we're gonna make sure that they can't go further than. No, you know what? I'll give them one more tile. Because that lines up nicely. There we go. And cash. Cash, cash, money! Hell yeah. They're all heading towards it already. We don't have a lot of guests yet. Only 76. But that's quite normal. Because it's also only the 20th of March. How does the salt water know when it's supposed to stop and the rest of the water to be fresh? It's magical. It's all magical. Oh yeah, it's we're somewhere tropical, so that water is absolutely fine. Okay, yeah, we hear the same scream again, so it definitely comes from the dinosaur cinema. To be fair, I found the ocean in Hawaii to be very cold. In general, oceans are not that warm. I believe. Also, most water that you get into feels a bit cold unless it's really warm. Like, even if water is 20 degrees Celsius, probably still feels cold to get into at the start at least. Okay, let's build an exhibit right here. I'll get rid of the drowning pond, might build a new one if we need it. What animal? What have we not done yet? A giant ground sloth. Oh, we can go dino digs here. Oh, you know what? Let's not do that, because I can't afford that. Okay, what normal animal haven't we done yet? It was 41 Celsius last summer here in Canada. The only time the water wasn't excruciatingly cold. Yeah, we also almost hit 40 here. We've done most animals at least once. Like, we haven't done an ibex, but ibex are expensive. Oh, boo. Yeah, compost buildings. I need compost buildings. Because money! Money, money, money! Let's go for something simple. Crocodiles are always good. And they're really easy. There we go. Do they, like, if I just do this, and then, like, I do salt water on the other side, does this work? Do they mind the cliff? Obviously, I need to put, like, the fence gate here. Zookeeper. You go there. And let's see what they think of it. Oh, they're absolutely fine with it. This works perfectly. This works absolutely perfectly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's random which gender you get. But you know, I like my ladies, so I'm absolutely fine with this. Even though I didn't even know there was a difference until about, well, like 15 minutes ago, something like that. Will you redo the save the cat scenario off stream for the check mark? Yes, I will at some point. Ooh, highest customer satisfaction for 25k. Sweet. How do you get that? We have 94 animal happiness, which is pretty high. Might have something to do with that. Guest happiness of 95. Well, it must have peaked at 95 then for a little bit. Crocodiles are so easy, and they usually give a really high exhibit rating. So they're always a must. Next one. Which will be the dromedary camel. And I'll build it here. I wonder if they mind the cliffs. Oh, I love that sound. Lovely. Okay, let's see. Let's start with just all the sand. And I think they need a little bit of dirt. And like a tile of fresh water. Yeah, okay, let's do that tile somewhat in the middle. Looks a little bit better. Oh, and they need, of course, a stable. So I can put there. And like 2 trees. 1 tree. And a massive rock. Okay, that's too massive. Okay, just 1 tree, 1 rock, 1 tile of water, 1 shelter. It's not big enough and it's too steep. Alright, well, I can unsteepify that for you. There we go. Now it's just not big enough. Well, it's big enough for me. Crocs are the most powerful metagame animals. Are they actually the most powerful? Wow. I'm glad I'm observant enough to have noticed that. One of them. Which others are powerful? Lions, because they breed a lot and you can sell their babies. So maybe that one. Like tigers, I think, breed a lot as well, so those might do good. Bengals, tigers. T-Rex are pretty powerful, yeah, but they're a shit animal. Lions also are really easy to please. Well, so am I, but I'm not in a zoo either. Okay, I think we have enough savanimals, though. Like, more than enough. Yeah, I already have 2 from North America, 2 from Southeast Asia, 2 from the desert, 5 from the savannah. So I need South America, Australia, the Arctic, and then that one. So, South America, Australia, and the Arctic. Let's go with Arctic. So, let's do... Which one have I not done yet? I've done all of them, so... Let's go penguins. Penguins are ridiculously easy. And that is plenty big. So... Penguin. Penguin. Okay, do they like the hills? Okay, they don't mind the hills. Which is nice. Okay, I shouldn't make islands. I should be careful with that. So... This is not gonna be water. This can be water. Yeah, this is fine. I don't have islands. Because if you have islands, yeah, like Carrie says, they'll poop on it. Do penguins poop? I mean, obviously they do, but do they leave poop in this game? Maybe they don't, because they're birds. Okay, every animal does. But it'll be brown poop then, right? Because that's how poop in Zoo Tycoon looks. But that's that's not accurate to real life at all. Rocks. Oh, and shelter. Bam! Then rocks. Oh, thank you for the sub. VG Pyrie. VJ Pyrie. God damn, I can't speak. But thank you. Do penguins actually like to slide down slopes? Or is it just a thing we see them do sometimes and we are like, they love it! Like, basically, is it an anthropomorphism? Is it an anthropomorphism? I can't do the word. You know what I mean? Anthropomorphism. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of all these trees. That's a cash cow. I've seen it in videos of zoos. Okay, but that still doesn't necessarily mean they like it. Warthogs are great early game money because of breeding and poo. Bengal white tiger combos because of breeding, popularity and endangered status. Okapi bongo combos fairly popular and Okapi are also endangered. Eels are the warthogs of marine mania. They breed like crazy. Dolphins and orcas are the best show animals. Those are the most powerful. Makes sense. I don't like shows though. Last zoo I did them in, last big zoo I did them in, they screwed up everything. Okay, let's go with Australian animals. Let's do kangaroo. Kangaroo, kangaroo, kangaroo. Where's this zookeeper? There we go. Oh, obviously I need animals first. There we go. Shows are very tricky. You have to plan them out really well or else the rest of your zoos goes to shit. Yeah, basically, that's true. Thank you for the follow, Rhino16. And I don't know how to plan them out, so I just don't like them. Okay, what do you want? Fresh what? Do you want da? Oh, you do like some da. Quite a lot of dirt, actually. Do you like some sand? Oh, you do, don't you? You dirty, dirty animals. Okay, they probably like some trees too. Oh, not enough sand. And that's probably better. Fresh water and yeah, basically that, Carrie. I had to do as well, where people just didn't like go to restaurants to eat or whatever. So they just all got hungry and pissed. Keep those guests in line. Well, if anything, I'm gonna take them out of the line to drown them. Okay, that should be enough. And I'll pick a beautiful man. I'll name him Markiplier. And I'll drown him. Wonderful, I've killed Markiplier. Who's Markiplier? You know, if there was anyone in my audience I would expect would not know who Markiplier is, it would be you. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that your bubble of entertainment and, you know, the bubble that you live in, it's just very different from most people here and from me. Which I think is interesting. Because you do watch me, and although, you know, I'm not your classic YouTube, like, what's up, welcome back, it's it's your boy Marcel, and subscribe and like and molest that like button, and, you know, punch your subscribe button so hard it dies of inner bleeding at the hospital 6 days later. I don't say stuff like that. But I am still a YouTuber, and you do watch me. Okay, they probably like this tree. And we need shelters. Stable? Or I think lean-tos more likely. Yes, 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 yes. And then some rocks. Wait, how is there suddenly too much fresh water? Why wasn't there too much fresh water before? Animals are weird. Yo, gangsters, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Fox. Blame Danny O'Dwyer? I mean, I know what you mean. He's the no-clip guy. Is that his last name? I mean, it's Irish, so it makes sense that I can't pronounce it. He was a nice guy. What's up? What's up, gamers? It's your boy Marcel, and today we're gonna put some animals in some cages. Some cages. Think they're gonna be crazy. Share this video on MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, AOL live chat, with your mom, with just anyone. Otherwise, I will find you and I will kill you. Hives. Oh god, I remember Banyo movie saying, like, you know, don't forget to share this video on hives. In Dutch, obviously. Since YouTube was founded in 2005 and the like button came even later, molesting like button is a child molestation. Yeah, but in YouTube things mature a lot earlier, so it's fine. Don't forget to share on Google Plus. Oh yeah, Google Plus was a thing as well. I think the kangaroos are fine now. Yes. Do they have a zookeeper assigned? Yeah, they do. Email this video to all your friends. Oh, join my free gift card giveaway. Like, I'll give away a free gift card to, like, the Jumbo or something. Albert Heijn. Like, literally mail this with physical mail to your friends. Like, just a piece of paper with the URL on it to your friends. Okay, I think we need one more exhibit. Oh, two more, actually. The Ark. Oh, goddammit, penguins are from the Antarctic. I assumed they just meant snow. But no, it has to specifically be from the Arctic. Or is there also Antarctic? No, there's no Antarctic. So I didn't need those penguins, but they're there now, so it's fine. How much money are we making a month? Not that much from concessions yet, but then again, we don't have that many guests yet. Okay, Slime, I have a few questions for you. Do you know who PewDiePie is? I assume you would know. Okay, you have heard of PewDiePie. Do you know what a smosh is? Let's use this fence. Yeah, a smosh. You spelled that correctly. No idea. Well, they used to be the biggest YouTube channel. Although it's not really a Smosh, they're just called Smosh. But they were the biggest YouTube channel before PewDiePie overtook them in 2013. Do you know who Rey Mysterio Johnson is? They were not the first big YouTube channel. Rey Mysterio Johnson was big before them. Rey Mysterio Johnson was the biggest YouTuber before Smosh. And he was the biggest YouTuber when I kind of got into YouTube, started watching different YouTubers, and started doing a little bit of research into that stuff. I know Rey Mysterio from WWE. I have the Rey Mysterio Johnson joke from Jack's films. Are there any other YouTubers than me that you watch, Slime? Because I'm curious. What YouTubers do you watch? Other than me, if any. Let's see. Exhibit. Only 6 months. Yeah, I'll be fine. Thank you, though. Okay, they don't need any of that. And or do they like a little bit of bush? Red Letter Media. I've only heard of them because they are Jack's Films' favorite YouTube channel. Okay, they don't seem to like anything. Giant Bomb, never heard of it. No Clip, only heard of it because it is a documentary. Never watch any of their stuff. Stuff like that. Okay, makes sense. There are a few channels like that I watch too. Do you watch Lemino? Because if we're talking about YouTube documentaries, then Lemino is kind of the best in the world. He's a Swedish YouTuber who makes documentaries mostly on space and Earth in space, like, and mysterious, like, UFO-like appearances, and just discussing them, not, you know, discussing UFO appearances, not saying like it's definitely, not saying it's definitely a hoax or it's definitely aliens, just saying this is a thing, here's everything we know about it, the sighting. It's very interesting. What about Summoning Salt for speedruns? Summoning Salt is basically, I was going to say the Lemino of speedruns, but I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but he is basically the god of speedrun documentaries. Let's save this zoo. Tropical Island. You know, Summoning Salt is just amazing. And yeah, his videos are on another level. He's kept me interested with some of his videos for 50 minutes. A documentary of 50 minutes on a game I had heard about, but I don't care about, never cared about, never played. I need South America. And yet it was interesting. The best line of any Summoning Salt video is this one. And his name was Matt Turk. It's from the Mario Kart 6. It's from the Super Mario 64 video, or maybe if he's made more one of them videos. And Matt Turk wasn't even featured. It was a joke, but It was such a good joke. Polar bears are hungry. They don't have a zookeeper. Well, they'll get one now. Because Matt Turk is such a legend in his game, which was Super Mike Tyson Punch Out Super or something like that. And he was, you know, he was the best. And then in another game, Summoning Salt just made the joke that, you know, the one that the new world record was, and his name was Matt Turk. And at the point, I was kind of like, wait, what? Matt Turk was here as well? But I also kind of believed it, because I was like, well, he's Matt Turk, he can do anything. Okay, let's make these animals happy. Soon, Matt Turk is gonna pop up in RCT2 speedruns at this rate. You know, I haven't done RCT speedruns for a while now. Got a little bit tired with them and moved on to other things. I should do some again at some point. But I'm very happy with the ones I did. I should put windows in this too. Well, that doesn't help. There we go, that's better. What do they need? Nothing enough dirt. And too much fresh water. And not enough rainforest. Alright. That should be fine now. Do meta speedruns exist? What's a meta speedrun? Those animals have so much poop. Wait, they do, but there is a zookeeper that's like this guy, or girl technically. Oh, or is it not? Apparently, no one was assigned to there. I don't know if there's a scene for unmodded Zoo Tycoon speedruns. Presumably they would do it the same as they do in Roller Coaster Tycoon, where you just, even though you don't technically beat the game, you just say you've completed it after you've met all the requirements. That way you can definitely do it faster. Let's see, we need more foliage. Oh, we don't need that tree. How about that one? Okay. Shelters! And there we have 2 shelters. Did I already assign the zookeeper to it? I did. Well, then we're done, basically. Do the zookeepers ever take a crap in enclosures and then blame it on the elephant? I would. If you have a poop big enough to pass off as an elephant poop, then you have bigger problems. I mean, it's impressive that I didn't kill you. Yeah, Zoo Tycoon speedruns can just become completely objective. Which makes a lot of sense. Speaking of that, looks like we've completed this one, which wasn't too difficult. So let's fast forwards. Let's see, that one's made 5k, 5k, 14k, 9k. We can make it more expensive. 12, why not? Want to make more. We're making so much money. People are literally looking in the clothes at all times, so you'll probably be spotted. Ah, just hide behind the elephant in the room. Do you ever have any plans to play Locomotion or Transport Tycoon? No, I don't have any plans. I might still do it, but I don't have any plans right now. How do you speed up? Cheat engine. How do you install cheat engine that allows fast forwarding? Just go to cheatengine.com or .org, whichever one it is, and download the newest version. You do need the newest version. It didn't work for me earlier because I still had an old version. So that is a thing. But if you have the newest version, it works absolutely fine. Okay, can the restaurant keep up? Also, what's wrong with the animal happiness? A few. Oh, it's all the wild dogs. Hang on, let me slow it down. That's there are a little bit too many wild dogs. Feeling crowded by too many guests, not big enough, not enough shelters. We have 16 wild dogs and they're all unhappy. Holy crap. Well, bye-bye. Yeah, you don't like that, but eventually you'll like it. Trust me. Me selling off your mates is a good thing. Okay, now we have only 9 unhappy animals. And that should become 0 if I speed it up again. Yeah, I see it going up. Takes a while, but there we go, they're all disappearing. Then the guests should become happy again too. Yeah, we don't have a zoo rating of 80 at the moment. Oh, it is 80 again. So, there we go. It's fine. It's all fine. How are the guests doing? A few are angry, but that was probably because the animals were angry. Yeah, if you have the guest window open, it can't really do the speed up very well. Very laggy. Yeah, you can drown guests, but only male guests. Only adult male guests. Drown a guest at super speed. Well, alright then. And he's gone. Well, that was quick. Only 1 month left. Yeah, I know. And we're doing absolutely fine. I think it's very wise that I assigned a single zookeeper to the African wild dog exhibit. Because he has a lot of stuff to do there. Lots of poo. Okay, it's almost the end. There we go. Let's go over our profits. Oh, we made more than 10k a month. Not bad at all. That's quite good. And yeah, made more than 40k from the restaurant over its lifetime. We're doing well. We have all the requirements, right? Yes, 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 yes. Nice. Wild dogs are more labor intensive than most animals. Definitely one of the few animals that you really can't do the 3 exhibits per zookeeper now. Oh, I was doing 2 exhibits per zookeeper as the norm. I don't understand why all those guests are swimming in the same place. Good point. What are they doing? What's going on there? Glitches? Presumably, yes. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Cotton Street. 11 minutes ago. Hey, we passed the scenario. Neato. Yeah, it already exists. They're not happy. I think they've been stuck there for a while. Oh, so those were all the unhappy guests. What if we delete this? Okay, now they've become unstuck. Well, luckily that didn't screw up the zoo. Don't know how they got stuck. Yeah, they're a little bit bugged. Mr. Bones' wet ride. I do like me a wet ride. Okay, well, that was this zoo. Let's do the next zoo. These scenarios are a lot quicker than your average roller coaster tycoon scenario. I don't think guest goals exist. You have like guest happiness goals, but I haven't seen a single goal that's like you need at least 500 guests or whatever. They might exist later, but so far I haven't seen them yet. Let's see, we get advanced. Is there also an expert? Well, very advanced. Oh, they do exist. Let's see, what's the very advanced? Ultimate Zoo. Zoo rating of 90. Average animal happiness of 90. Average guest happiness rating of 90. At least 10 different animal species. At least 2 zoo animals, 2 dinos, 2 marines. 500 guests in a zoo. Total profit of 200 for all shows. That doesn't seem very difficult. Oh, there's no fill state. I assume these ones are... This is a lot of requirements. Oh, 93. 15 different exhibits. Suitability rating of at least 90. There's also no fail condition here. Holy, that's a lot of... Breeding a T-Rex. So we just need to do a T-Rex here. Monster complete 36, so that's a proper 3-hour scenario. Can we name an animal after the new Pokemon Greavard? What the hell's a Greavard? The very advanced scenarios are basically freeform mode with everything unlocked. Oh, are they? Well, not all of them, because here you do have like a timer on it. Anyway. Leaving for a sec, avoiding Pokemon spoilers. Oh, you'll be fine. I'm just gonna... Greavard, I'm gonna Google it. I won't show it. I'm just gonna go see what it looks like. Oh, I think I've seen that one. I don't care about Pokemon spoilers because I don't play Pokemon anymore. I wouldn't really say it looks like any kind of animal I know. At least not one you can adopt here. Okay, let's do this one. Over 210 million years ago, the Jurassic area was home to a wide variety of dinosaurs. Using cloning techniques similar to yours, a wealthy industrialist tried to build a zoo for dinosaurs. His attempt was a spectacular failure. But since the exhibits are already in place, it will be cheaper to build your zoo there. You must create suitable exhibits for at least 7 Jurassic era dinosaurs, including vicious carnivores like the Allosaurus. It will be necessary to invest money in the genetic research conversation category so that you can adopt dinosaurs like the Apatosaurus. Okay. Easy. Guessing newer gens of Pokemon since Gen 6, weren't you on mainline Pokemon these days? Well, what? I don't understand that sentence. Anyway, what do we need? 24 months, zoo rating 75, earn an exhibit suitability rating of at least 75 or 7 Jurassic exhibits, adopt 1 Allosaurus, adopt 1 Camptosaurus, adopt 1 Caudipteryx, adopt 1 Kentosaurus, adopt 1 Plesiosaurus, adopt 1 Stegosaurus, adopt 1 Apatosaurus. Okay. That'll be doable, probably. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete everything here. I don't want to work with this. It's kind of like Rotting Heights, where you just delete everything at the start. Pro tip, you will need to research genetics. Yeah, they said that in the little thing, but I probably would have forgotten. Let's see. Genetic research. Let's go, baby! Okay, we don't need T-Rex care, but I do like those two. Okay, let's even out the land. We start with 200k. That's... No, I want... Oh. Hang on. Let's not do that. No. There we go. I just need to build a path. Okay, I can't build a path there. Oh, because those are not on the same height. Does that work? Yes, that works. Control G. Oh yeah, there's the tiles thing. Okay, let's flatten this out a bit more. Yeah, let's get rid of that hole. I don't like deep, gaping holes. And let's start with an animal. I'm wasting so much money here. But that's fine. Okay, let's make an actual bigger path. Because it's fun. Okay, what kind of dino? What are the requirements again? 7 Jurassic exhibits. Apato, Stego, Plesio, Kentro, Caudipteryx, Allo, and Campto. Do we have any of those? Stego. Wait, did we need... No, we needed Kento. Caudipteryx. I think this is a bit big for Caudipteryx. Let's start with... No, not Allo. This can't hold Allo. Oh god, the Herarosaurus. That's a great... Oh, those are lovely. I want Herarosaurus. I want these. I know they're absolutely beautiful. Are you doing okay? I'm fine. He thinks that's too big for Caudipteryx. I think I made like Caudipteryx in the smaller exhibits a few weeks ago. You gotta roll the Herarosaurus. Is that better? Okay, I'm gonna do the Caudipteryx in the smaller exhibit next to it. Actually, let's not do it right next to it. Let's do, if we're gonna do it next to it, we're gonna do it on the other side. Which is not next to it, it's opposite to it. That's fine. There we go, a little bit smaller. Caudipteryx. It doesn't really matter if it's a little bit too small, because they'll still be fine. Like, I mean, I've done a 2-tile gazelle exhibit. Like, if anything's too small, it still worked. So this will be fine. Do we not have a restore? Oh, all. There we go. I want this there. And this there. And then the animal theater. On the other side. Wait a minute, did I build that partly on the path? I did, didn't I? Yes. There we go. And... Nope. Yes, that is in the right place. You don't need these little paths below there, but I like that you can see that like there goes path towards it. So I like that. Let's make this 20, because we gotta make money. And let's make this 11. We'll make this 29. I like how guests are coming here just to see eggs. She's very nice. Alright, then I'm gonna build pods outward. This way. And that way. Looks very nice already. May I offer you an egg in these trying times? Oh, I love egg. Oh, our Caudipteryxi have hatchet. Too much grass, not enough rainforest. Oh, you know, let's just do the terrain. Then I have fresh water. Ooh, their food is moving. Damn, they like a lot of water. Also, I need a compost building, if I have it available. Oh, I love their sound. It's beautiful, isn't it? What else do we need? Too much grass. That's all. Okay. Just replace it with rainforest. Do you like dirt? You don't like dirt? Do you like jazz? More foliage. What do they like? Dynatics only. They like that one. That one next to it, which is basically the tiny version of it. Okay, and now it's Rocky time. They want more animals, they're not gonna get more animals. Also, this isn't too small. Cerulean. Wait, Caudipteryx are dying? What did you mean? Your things are only assigned to one exhibit. Yeah, it's not assigned to the... Wait, it is? I thought it was assigned to both. Oh, it isn't. You guys are far more observant than I am. I should have noticed that the Herosaurus hadn't been hatched yet, and they should have been hatched by now. Guests don't seem to like your zoo very much. What's the prob? Seems to be a lot of sick animals. Well, they're fine now. There's a mod that makes anteaters require the same food, since they obviously eat ants and not hay. That's a good point. Okay, they should start to become happy. Do we advertise? We do. Okay, let's save this as Big Dino Zoo. There we go. I always put the eggs right next to the exhibit entrance. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, it's fine. They'll hatch in a minute. Oh, they are hatching. There we go. Her Saurus. An Hissosaurus. As the male version should be called that, an Hissosaurus. Doing some war. Oh, and I still need to name the one after Grievert. I'll name this one after Grievert. Not that it really looks anything like it, but at least the color is somewhat similar. There we go. Alright, what do you need? Rainforest as well. I thought for a second that it was one of the dinos walking out of the exhibit. It's like, wait, what? Okay, now time to give them back some of the grass they want. And some water. That's too much. Too much grass, not enough fresh water. Wait, still? Oh, not enough rainforest floor. That makes more sense. They should be fine. Now they don't need exhibits, which is very convenient. Let's give some good variety in foliage. And some rocks. There aren't any raptors in the zoo. No, there are not. Do we want any more small rocks? No. Okay, they're fine. The guests are still not all that happy, but neither are the animals. Oh, her is sick. Holy crap. Well. Hey, where you going? Make the animal better, you bastard. Alright, you know what? Make the animal better. There we go, you are doing your job. Do I need one scientist? But you're not doing your job. What the hell? Why aren't... Oh, he's already better. How did that work? Anyway. I'll keep him around because I'll need him later. Used to watching Marcel build with efficiency in mind. I still build with efficiency in mind, or at least I plan ahead. For example, the placement of these buildings was planned ahead with, you know, space for these two paths left. So I definitely still plan ahead. And because the fences are so big and stuff. Did you forget to uncheck the research for... Oh, I think I did. Yeah. Because it was only focused on Dino Dig, so I thought I had unchecked everything, but apparently I didn't. I didn't even notice. Also, I need one of these to fix the fences. How many people are in your zoo right now? 41. And they're not particularly happy. I could just build a lot of normal zoo animals, but I'm gonna try to do it with dinos only. Drown guest 40. Well, alright. I can make a nice little drowning pond here. Let's guest 40. Well, they might not be drownable. We also don't have a guest 40. We have 48. That's the closest one, so I'll drown 48. Oh, you want the amount of guests to be 40. Well, it's already 46. Also, 48 is still alive. It really takes a while for them to drown. Oh, we got Plesiosaurus now. We need that one, right? Isn't that like a zoo thing? I mean a marine one? Okay, time for... Well, let's do Plesiosaurus. Amphibious, yeah, semi-aquatic. Think Do we need a tank for it? Like, does it live in a tank, or do we need like a tank somewhere in the zoo, in the exhibit? I think I'm gonna need a tank somewhere in the exhibit. He's a semi-aquatic egg-laying mammal of action. Tank is optional. Well, then I'm gonna do it. Let's see. You. And you. And scientist number 2. No, I need number 3. Because number 1 is apparently already gone. Yeah, let's put a big tank in. Oh wait, this is decorative, not tank. Do I even... I can't put a tank. I don't have tank. Well, let's not put a tank in. Lol, selecting just Dino digs trees is so stupid. Because you get a few extra trees, but like, there's no difference between Zoo Tycoon and Dino digs trees. They're both just trees. So it's all fine. You can just skip a fence if you make the tank just right. Only fence you need to go to the exhibit. Oh yeah, I suppose you do. Well, I mean, you still need, you know, defense of the tank. Let's extend the path. And let's build Allosauri. There we go, this should be big enough. They should attract a lot of guests, because they're big, scary dinos, right? Dinosaurs don't mind ZT1 rocks. Well, don't mind. You mean right? They're fine. You know, they're just the same as Dino rocks for them, right? Just, you know, good stuff. Yeah, they get happy either way. But that's the same for any animal, right? I believe that, you know, the standard rock ones, you know, the medium, small, and big gray rock, that one works just for any animal, I believe. I believe there's literally no animal that doesn't like those if the animal likes rocks. They're just your standard generic rock which will work on any. Except, I guess, marine animals, because you can't place them there. But that doesn't really mean they dislike them, that just means they never get the opportunity to like them, because you can't place them. Okay, now it's basically the waiting game. Let's get... So I should kind of get one of these zoo rescue dinosaur recovery teams in case the Allosaurus escapes, but I'll just pay attention and just do it myself. Oh, the Plesiosaurus escaped, hatched. Well, they escaped from their egg prisons. Okay, what do they want? Okay, let's start with a basis of sand. Just a lot of sand. And some salt water. Okay, lots of salt water. Like an absurd amount of salt water. That's the sound effect of someone getting the zap. Yeah, some guests are stupid and touch the electric fence. Too much sand, not enough brown stone. Interesting. Is this good enough for you? To be fair, they are mostly marine. Yeah, that is fair. What kind of trees do they like? They like the water lily. I mean, that makes sense. And they like not too many of them. Can you place these even on land? Yeah, but then they're dead. Lol. Rocks. Lots of tiny rocks. Tiny little Dwaynes. Walking into the club like, what up? I got a big rock. Okay, well, they're happy. Let's now look at... Oh, they haven't hatched yet. He is not assigned. I am massively competent at this game. Wow. Just the same mistake twice in a row, casually. Why are the animals, the guests, not happy? I don't like this zoo, I'm going home. Yeah, that's fine. Why? Hang on, did it just... Wow, yow, I just got electrocuted by Exhibit 5. This place is dangerous. Is that making them unhappy? Hey, we got the Allosauri. IRL, they were completely marine actually. Their flippers weren't strong enough to pull them onto land. However, this game was made before that was known and was just conjecture. So Bluefang just went with it, the rule of cool, and made them Jurassic Sea lions. I mean, that is really cool. Hey, welcome, Wartab and friends. What's up? Welcome to my little stream where we are building a dino zoo. We just hatched some Allosaurus, which are dangerous carnivores. But the electrified fence will keep them in, and we'll be doing their exhibit shortly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What were you playing? Zoo Tycoon? No one ever played that on Twitch, except me, apparently. Because whenever, at least this Zoo Tycoon game, because whenever I try to raid someone after a Zoo Tycoon stream, I can never find someone. Electric fence keeps them in, the guests dead. The guests will live, they'll just, you know, have a little bit of pain. Which is fine. Pokemon Moon speedruns. Aha. Now I have played Pokemon Moon and completed it, but I haven't played Pokemon in a while. But I do find Pokemon speedruns interesting. So while I have no idea how to speedrun Pokemon Moon, it is interesting. So good luck on continuing the speedrun next time, or just doing speedruns, whatever. Don't know how long they take. Probably a few hours, which seems to be the rule for most Pokemon speedruns. Oh, and thank you for the follow, sarcastic friend. And name an animal, name Allosaurus 1, aloe vera. Okay, I'll do that after I'm done with the terrain. Gen 7 is like 5 hours. That's on the long side. Because it isn't like... I know Pokemon Blue and Red are like less than 2. They're like 145 or something. Too much rainforest, not enough fresh water. Hey, all programs have been completed. Nice. I can't imagine fully having to fully concentrate during a 5-hour speedrun. What else do we need? Okay, the terrain is fine now. So let's do the naming. There we have Allosaurus 1. Aloe vera. I know that from somewhere, but I don't really know what it is. It's the longest because of 2 hours 30 minutes of unskippable cutscenes. Wow. Is it really that bad? I know that, you know, it's been memed for a lot of cutscenes, Pokemon Sun and Moon. But is it really that bad? Like that half of your speedrun is just cutscenes. That's bad. Imagine getting on pace for a world record. Then it all goes to crap because of bad RNG at the final hour. Yeah, that happens in those kinds of long speedruns. Then again, long speedruns are more often like not very optimized. So it's also more easy to get more time. Because optimizing a 5-minute speedrun like like Super Mario Bros, the first one, that's easy. Well, I say easy, but obviously it isn't. But you know, it's possible. But fully optimizing and playing, like executing a 5-hour speedrun, where you need to do... I mean, Pokemon doesn't have that many inputs, but a Mario game would have. Imagine optimizing a 5-hour Mario speedrun where you... Oh, they just have enough trees. Okay, it's fine. Where you just constantly have to like press lots of buttons. Which is basically, imagine having to do Super Mario Bros 60 times in a row without messing up. But yeah, speedruns are just not that optimized, long speedruns. Does not like rubble. Oh, these make rubble. Wait, too many foliages. Anyway, let's get rid of all the rubble. Is there only one rubble? That's not too bad. Yeah, it's fine. But you wanted foliage. Like, you don't like when it goes, yet you think it's too much. What the hell? Okay, now it's well suited. Let's just hope they don't make any more rubble. It's a different mindset. You don't have the same mindset for a 20-minute game and a 5-hour game. Yeah, you definitely don't. Also makes it easier when you have viewers to interact with, or friends or Discord to talk to. Yeah. Like, I did some Roller Coaster Tycoon speedruns, and they weren't that long. Well, one I did was, but most, you know, the longer ones were 30 minutes or an hour. And I made plenty of mistakes there, but still kept going, because, well, the category wasn't very optimized yet in the first place. But also, you know, you can save some time later and still get a good time, a new record. Can you place a swing directly in front of the electric fence? Yes, you can. If I have a swing available. Just swing into... Just swing into the fence, my friends. And we'll stuff you in these trash bins. Totally safe. Are any of these already grown? Oh yeah, the Herarosaurs are grown up. And look at them beauties. They're absolutely beautiful. I love their pattern. They're basically zebras, right? They're basically just zebra dinosaurs. Oh, they mean the little bouncy thing? Oh, a spring. Oh, I read swing. My bad. Why specifically the bouncy thing, though? I can put it in between there. And then... there. It's coded in a funny way. Okay, let's watch it. Oh! Oh! Now she's in the exhibit. Okay. they morph into the exhibit when they dismount. You can hear them scream. The other horses won't attack. Also, welcome 733737 and your raider. What's up? We're playing Zoo Tycoon. You need the trash cans because they will litter and the animals won't like it. Why will they litter? There's nothing to litter. They don't puke in this game, right? I think it was 16 months 7-3. How's it going? Pretty good. How are you going? Did you have a good stream? Okay, are the Caudipteryxi already grown up? They seem to be. Nice. That's a weird thing with the game. They teleport in front of the bouncy ride when they get off, and since the fence is there, they just go on the other side of the fence. It works the same way with swings. Oh, the swings, so I didn't do it right with the swings, sort of. Lol. Okay, let's not do that in case it messes things up, because I would quite like to beat this scenario. Nobody really watches my streams, but I have fun playing Overwatch. Well, that's nice. Yeah, that's the problem with, you know, if you have fun, anything's fine. But if you want to grow, getting discovered on Twitch is hard. And I, of course, just take my audience from YouTube. But even if I didn't, I would be one of the only people playing either Zoo Tycoon or Roller Coaster Tycoon. So if someone looks for it, they'll likely find me. Which is how some people have found me. Say hi in the chat if you did. If you just found me through Twitch search. But if you didn't, yeah, if you play Overwatch and nobody knows who you are, how's anyone gonna find you? There are hundreds of people with bigger audience than you that will be higher up the list because they have a bigger audience when someone looks for Overwatch. And I don't believe that within Twitch you can really search for like Overwatch speedrun or something like that. Does it look for that? Like, does it sort by title if you search for stuff like that? I don't know. I never really used Twitch other than to find people who play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Okay, what animals do I need? I need still a Camptosaurus, a Kentrosaurus. Oh, I do need Stego. And a Patasaurus. There's no speedrun for Overwatch. No, but it's just an example. You know, you get the Mario speedruns or whatever. Then again, I'm not very descriptive with my titles on Twitch because I feel like they don't matter. As long as it's clear I'm playing Zoo Tycoon, I feel like the title just doesn't matter. So I just make my titles funny things. Same goes for the notification. Like, what does the notification matter? Because if you follow me... Oh, I don't have the funds. Well, that sucks. If you follow me on Twitch, you clearly like my stuff. And you know, if you see notifications from Marcel... Sure, you might not watch it to Tycoon, you might watch it to Roller Coaster Tycoon. Well, you can just check for a bit, see what game I do. But I just like having fun with the notifications. Twitch only promotes big streamers. Well, the problem with Twitch is, I believe that, yeah, it just mostly sorts by game. I mean, it makes sense that it would promote big streamers. Like, people say that, you know, YouTube doesn't promote small YouTubers and stuff like that. Like, obviously, because, you know, bigger YouTubers are guaranteed to get views, or more likely to get views. It makes sense. You know, if you have two Overwatch videos that seem to be the same, one has 100 views, one has 1,000,000 views, the one with 1,000,000 views is most likely better and will keep people on the platform for longer. So, it makes sense. People complain about inaccurate titles. People complain because I use Charizard when I'm saying I'm doing a Charmander speedrun. I mean, that makes sense, but you're doing one very specific thing. I'm just doing Zoo Tycoon scenarios right now. Like, I could say playing Zoo Tycoon scenarios. Or I could say something funny, like animal well-being. What's that? Even though I'm, you know, caring quite well for the animals here. Oh, right. I was still funding the programs I couldn't afford. Or I couldn't even research anything. Does this fund, like, does it cost me money if I do this? Even though nothing's researching? Yeah, I'm slightly in the negatives. It's like, do I make money? I don't have that many concessions. Yeah, I don't have a lot of guests. I think most streamers I watch use jokes or funny comments as titles. Yeah. Someone needs to make a gift shop. Well, I can't afford it. Ooh, I was at 0 for a minute. Did you see that? The 0 was yellow. It's the only number that's yellow. That's interesting. Oh, the month has just passed, so now I can definitely not afford it. That's a nice scream. Not even selling poo. Oh yeah, I forgot that I can do that. I always forget. No, it doesn't cost money if you're not researching anything. Okay, good. Is Dino poo more valuable? Yes, it is. There's a difference when quality streamers can't grow because Twitch discovering. The problem is, yeah, how do you really... I mean, obviously it's watch time with quality streamers, but how does Twitch know if your stream with 1 viewer or 0 viewers is quality? Like, if you have 100 different people who stream Overwatch who have 0 or 1 viewers, how does Twitch know which one to recommend? Or does it just recommend the ones that do have a few viewers? And you know what? I should sell these because I can't afford them. And, you know, and be sure that people will like it. Or at least, you know, be reasonably sure that people will like it. It's just a much better idea to show people the one that's already viewers. Are we actually making money though? Oh, 25k. Sweet. Time to put the Stegosaurus back. The reason I deleted them is that I wouldn't be able to afford to make them happy. And that's a problem. God damn it, I want to click on you. Because then I will become unhappy, which makes my guests unhappy, etc, etc, etc. The problem is that there's an oversaturation of people streaming these days. Top 50% of streamers used to average 70 viewers, I believe. And now top 50% have 5 or more viewers. Is that really true? I know that it's really easy to make the top 5% basically, but... is it that easy? Although, I mean, I guess getting 5 viewers without anything else is quite difficult. 5 consistent viewers. Why is it so quiet here? Anyway, let's start with this. Too much grass, not enough dirt. Okay, what else do we need? Too much brown stone, too much gravel, not enough fresh water. Okay, that makes sense. Well, now what? I think I've removed all the ones you don't like. Too much dirt, not enough coniferous floor, of course. That problem being kickstarted by people hearing tales of streamers making hella bank from news media. Oh yeah, they're still, even on Reddit, a place where you wouldn't really expect it. There's still very much the stereotype that streamers are lazy assholes who just sit on their ass, you know, and play games and happen to also stream it live to Twitch or YouTube or whatever and make millions. Like, absolutely not. First off, I work hard when I do this. Yes, it's easier than, you know, working hard in a construction job. I won't deny that. It is. But on the other hand, on a construction job, you can just take 5 minutes off if you want to, if you're a little bit tired or it's hot in the sun or whatever. I can't take 5 minutes off now. I have to be on and entertaining for 3 hours straight, without any breaks. And that's a difficult thing. Also, I don't make millions. I don't nearly make enough. If I would stream 40 hours a week, I wouldn't make enough from Twitch to live. Of course, I only stream about 6 hours a week, so I definitely don't make enough. But Twitch is not my main income, so it's fine. Not enough coniferous floor. Too much deciduous. I don't have any deciduous? Wait, what? I don't understand. Drink some water. Well, I need it. Take a little water break, thank you. It's easier on the body, but I think a streamer influenced life is more taxing on mental health. It definitely can be. You know, one of the things is, it's not really a problem for me, because my comment section is generally very wholesome. Okay, they don't want that, but I don't, like, where is apparently the single tile of deciduous floor that they don't like? Is that it? No, this is dirt. Like, too much deciduous floor. There is no deciduous floor. Oh, it's there. I found it. I only have dirt. Alright. Also, it's a creative job. So, you constantly need... with streaming it's a little bit less so. But in making videos, you constantly need to be coming up with new ideas. And... that can be very difficult. Like, doing the editing on a video is not really difficult for me. That's just a thing I need to do. It's quite time consuming. Oh god, they do rubble, don't they? But it's not difficult. But, you know, making the idea, writing the video, that's difficult. Not always, sometimes it's easy, but sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you have a bit of a creative block, but you still have to have a video. Yeah, it's hard to be creative all the time. I'm not complaining about my job. It's a fantastic job. But I don't like it when people pretend like it's a super easy job. You know, that's easier than everything else. I have had a normal job. You know, I worked at the Jumbo distribution center. Rode around for 8 hours a day on my little cart, collecting stuff, like groceries for shops. And I would honestly say that there are definitely days there that were a lot easier and more enjoyable than my current days are. On average, it wasn't. Ja, herhaal. On average, it wasn't better, but some days were. And it was definitely an easier job. Like, a lot simpler. I just had to show up, do an easy thing for 8 hours, And that's it. Then go home. You know, I would talk little bit with people there. That's also a thing. The YouTuber life can get a little bit lonely. Because you don't really have colleagues. At least not the way I do it. Now, I have friends and it's fine. But it's, you know, I do spend most of my days alone. And that's different if you go somewhere where you have colleagues. Which I had when I worked at the Jumbo. And, you know, talking to people online is just not quite the same. Why do you keep making rubble if you don't like the rubble? I don't like you. He's got no food. Well, if you're... Oh, he's got food. He's just hungry. Eat, you bastard. Trampled terrain already. Wait, do I have trampled terrain? Yes, I do. Wait, they preferred the trampled terrain over a little bit of rainforest. The rainforest is the wrong kind of forest, so that's my mistake, I suppose. Still though. Writing is often the same way. I work as an optician and writing is my main hobby, and the normal job is easier and overall simpler because you just don't just stop due to a creative block. Yeah, like sometimes I just want to go somewhere, do a job that I need to do for 8 hours and go home and have that be my day. You know what's a wonderful day? It's just working somewhere. Doesn't go for all jobs, like doesn't go for teachers or something, but it does go for a lot of jobs. Is that when you leave, you don't have to think about it until you arrive at the job the next day. Why are you still unhappy? Like when I left at the Jumbo, I literally didn't have to think about work until I arrived at the next day, or until I left for work, I suppose. I always think about YouTube. Obviously, I can relax and stuff. But still, like they need to become happy at some point, right? Because like there's no rubble right now. Is there? No. Okay, there is now. But if I just really quickly replace it, should be fine, right? Good luck dealing with the Stegosaurus. Yeah, it's not going very well. But then again, I'm incredibly happy with my job. I can't imagine what it's like for people like Dream. They need more animals. No, they're slowly becoming... And it went down again. You know, people like Dream, he was doxxed. Because he posted a picture which had a little bit of from his kitchen, which showed the outside a little bit through a window. And people doxed him from there. Do you really need more animals? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sell that guy. And I'm gonna sell that guy. And I'm just gonna do 4 new ones. There we go. Now they should immediately be happy once they hatch. Oh, there we go. That was suggested as well. The Stegos need the Lepidodendrons trees to be happy. Do they really? Because they were happy with this tree, which is the Western Red Cedar tree. Which one's the one you want? Lodgepole. This one. I did give them that one last time, didn't I? I'll give them those trees then. I think this would have been the right amount. Thank you for the 100 bits, WT Mike. I just want to say good luck, we're all counting on you. It'll probably work out in the end. If you have the research for staff dying, then you can place the scientist in the exhibit over and over again to boost happiness. Good way to break the negative loop. I did do a lot of research for, like, scientist training. We're finished with that. So then I probably have it. Ooh, the Allosauruses have grown. And so have the Plesiosauruses. They're nice animals. And so are these. I like their colors. They're beautiful. Let's save the game. Oh, listen to that. Okay, what else do we need? I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Camptosaurus. Do I have that unlocked? I hope I have. Isn't that this one? No, that's Lambiosaurus. Oh, this is a Camptosaurus. Okay. This'll be enough. And... no. Camptosaurus. Oop. Okay. What else did we need? And I click on the wrong thing again. Kentrosaurus and Apatosaurus. Let's do the Apatosaurus at the end. Let's first... we can't afford that. Okay, let's not do the Kentrosaurus. We need some more money first. We have 295 guests. Well, we are making a lot of money from the restaurant. And the Dino Cinema. And the theater. And the gift shop. Even though almost no guests are there. Where are they all? Oh, they're all just crowded around the restaurant. Can the restaurant keep up? It can. Alright. Now I'm just kind of waiting until I have a little bit more money. And until these are hatched. Do the restaurants sell dino meat? I don't know. Oh hey, these are hatched. Is the exhibit fine? Being crowded by too many guests. I can see that. Well, that was easy to solve. Now you should be fine. Although the guests can't see you anymore. I've never seen the crowded thing in the red. I've only seen it in the black. Which means it's not that bad. Please don't make rubble. Please don't make rubble. Please don't make rubble. Yes, they're happy. They're not making rubble. Good. You know what? I'm going to make one fence for the guests to look at. Can they also look through that fence? Like, it's the densest fence. So I would assume... yeah, they cannot see into an exhibit with concrete fencing. Good. Okay, let's make this a little bit more beautiful. Let's do that. Okay, and then we have Camptosauruses on the way. Which I can barely afford to do anything for. Can I sell anything? No. There are no trees anymore. Well, then we'll just have to wing it on the little money that we have. I wonder how well that's gonna go. Hey, they're hatching. Well, if they're that small, they're definitely not gonna make rubble, so that's a positive. Too much grass, too much gravel, not enough fresh water. Too much deciduous floor, not enough coniferous floor. Okay, let's start with a base of coniferous floor. And let's see where we go from there. What else do we need? Oh, fresh water, I suppose. Okay. Too much fresh water, not enough grass. Okay, is this good? That's good. We can't afford it. I just have to wait until I have the cash. Otherwise it all gets reverted because we can't afford it. Well, let's just fast forward then. And let's see if we actually make money. I hope we do. We don't seem to be making that much money. Also, I hope I have more than a year for this one. Okay, we're almost there. Come on. There we go. They're red. Yeah, they'll be fine. Okay, how long do we have for this? Oh, we have 2 years. It's fine. Okay, more foliage. Which is their favorite? The conifer tree. Which one's the conifer tree? I don't seem to have it. Alright, I'll just put in this one. See, they're becoming slightly happier. Okay, they don't like that one, do they? Oh. I had placed a perfect amount of trees. Oh, and they need shelters. Do I even have the fortress shelters? I think they need burrows. Yes. Oh, excellence in exhibit design. We don't even have rocks yet, and they're already at 99 suitability. Well, I needed that cash. That's wonderful. Name the zoo Jurassic Park. That's not a bad idea. Alright. You can actually name your zoo. It's already named Jurassic Dinosaur Zoo. Jurassic Park. The scenario description is literally Jurassic Park. Is it? Jurassic Zoo. So, not quite, but quite close. Are you gonna try to escape? No, you're just standing there. Menacingly. Yeah, I did get the... Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, I did get that reference. With the cloning technique similar to yours. Okay, wow, we made almost 15k from concessions. That's very good. Very, very good. Oh, that was a guess. I think we only need the Apatosaurus, right? Oh, we also need the Kentrosaurus. Do we have enough money for that? How expensive? Okay, it's quite expensive a fence like this. But yeah, I think we do have enough money. And there. And then I'm gonna do a knockoff. Kentrosaurus, just a knockoff Stegosaurus. Hey Santa, welcome to meinen Zoo, meinen Tierengarten. Yeah. And then after this, I'm gonna build a big ass Apatosaurus exhibit somewhere there. Okay, let's fast forward until they're hatched. Which should be soon. There we go. Oh, they're so tiny. Mein Tiergarten, if you want that in Germany. I was quite close. They have... What a noise. That's a wonderful noise. Alright, too much grass terrain. Well, I'll just give you more. At least there's no more gravel terrain. Okay, what do they want? Coniferous floor, of course. What else do you want? Any deciduous? Well, you want fresh water. Okay, that's too many. Too many water. Okay, understandable. None have dirt. Okay. Well, that's easily too much. Now they have coniferous floor again. Makes sense, I suppose. Well, they're indifferent to that. Oh, they don't like the grass, do they? Still too much grass. Too much coniferous floor. I'll replace it with the grass and the dirt. You can actually do a Stego-Kentro combo exhibit. Oh, of course, you can combo dinosaurs too. I've kind of stopped comboing animals because doing them solo is usually leads to much higher happiness ratings and suitability ratings. In my experience, at least. More of the same type. Can I afford that? No, I can't. Then you're not getting it. What tree do you want? Club moss shrubbery. Which I do not have. So you're not getting it. Okay, and more rocks. You want more of your kind? Make some yourself. Yeah, they should do that. Okay. That's that exhibit. I think I might need more, because they're not very happy. So I think I might actually need to do more. I don't know. Even the Bengal tigers and the white Bengal tigers have quite different... Like, they're quite close, but they're still different enough that it's easily noticeable. Especially with trees. How many guests do we have? 418. Not bad. Let's save. I definitely need more cash to give them more. So let's fast forward a bit. Because they're 3,700 a piece. Which is expensive. But I can afford that now. So. Let's put that there. And there. Mr. Scientist. Do them. If you please. And now we only need the Apatosaurus, so I'm gonna fast forward quite a bit. Because we need quite a lot of money for that. Do I have it unlocked? I should have it unlocked. I have. So everything is going well in preparation for the Apatosauri. Can the restaurant keep up? Okay, I don't think it quite can. So it's time for another one. There we go, we'll make that 20. Put one under there. Okay, the other canto. Now it's too small. That? No, it's well suited. Nice. They immediately are incredibly happy. Cool. Now all we need is an Apatosaurus, which we have almost a year for. Let's start with building the exhibit already. He's gonna make it massive. Because, you know, why wouldn't I? It's not that big. Oh, we got 500 guests. Neat. How much money are we making a month? Oh, 22k from concessions. Holy swizzles. That's a lot. Also 20k in fence construction. I think that's 20k in fence construction anyway. That moment when two plesiosauri have a bigger exhibit than the apatosauri. It'll be fine. Is it bigger now? Is it? Is it? Is it? I don't think it is. I think it's slightly smaller. Actually. Is there like a size somewhere on here? Does size matter? No, there's no size on here. Okay, I think my 36k is plenty. What do you mean with more than 6 months? I still have plenty of time left. I had 24 months for this. Right? Yeah. I still have like 7.5 months left. Like, I only need to do the Apatosauruses. I'm fine. Okay, let's put them a little bit closer to the entrance. Size matters to the Apatosaurus since it grows to be the size of a skyscraper. Not really this. I mean, the size of a skyscraper laid on its side, I suppose. Because it's more. It's very tall too, but it's more long than tall. Oh, they don't have a scientist. I'll give them a scientist. There we go. Now I suppose I need to fast forward again. Because it takes a while for them to hatch. And then we can decorate their exhibit. Oh, well, that was quick. Holy damn. That was like really quick. Okay, what do they need? Too much grass. Well, duh. Not enough dirt. I'll just make everything dirt. Do you have enough dirt now? Not enough deciduous floor. Alright. Well, now you're complaining that you have too much. You are never happy, are you? The baby Apatosaurus are almost the size of the adult Allosaurus. Yeah, but a baby Allosaurus can devour an adult Apatosaurus in just a few seconds. Not enough fresh water. Alright. Do they need shelters? No, they don't. Good. Because the shelters will be massive. Not enough grass. Oh, they also need grass. Interesting. I think this is no, not enough deciduous floor. Is it good now? Yeah, okay. They don't need, they do need trees. They're just not complaining about it yet. Oh, they don't like that. That's a deciduous forest rock. You are a deciduous forest animal. How long are you alive for? I won't be alive for that much longer. After I finish this scenario, I'll go offline. Thank you for the follow, KR40R. There we go, they're now complaining about foliage. They don't like that one. They don't like that one. They don't like that one. What tree do you like? They like the Gossopteris tree. Which I don't think I have. Don't like that one. Can be any animal. Name me Joe Schmo. Well, I'll name Apatosaurus 3 Joe Schmo. Is that how you spell it? No, there's no C in there. There you go. Okay, back to the... What kind of trees do you like? I already tried that one. Is there any tree you like? There we go. Oh, is he from Europe? I didn't even know Europe was a region in this game. Gold Stegosaurus for exhibiting all 7 Jurassic dinosaurs. Oh! I didn't even know these were specific Jurassic. Like, there's also like the Trias and another one it's called Krijt in Dutch. I'm not sure what it's called in English. There are like 3 different dino eras. I didn't know there were like... I thought Jurassic basically just meant dino. Cretaceous. Yes, thank you. I thought they just meant any dino, but apparently... Ah! That's a problem. No. Let's first fix the fence. There we go. But no, not the guest. Wait a minute, where's the dino gone? There was a dino there. What? What? Huh? Oh, they should be in here somewhere. Aloe vera. They're still there, but... Why can't I pick them up? Okay, now I can pick them up. Can I place them anywhere in this exhibit? Is there any place... I can't place them in the exhibit. Alright, I'll place them in another exhibit first. Wait a minute, why? Okay, I can place that. I thought I saw a place. There we go. I think I can place them there. And then the... God. Okay, I should be able to... How much place do they need? Like, it's a 2x2, right? Send the helicopter crew. I don't need a helicopter crew. I just need to place him back in his exhibit. How is this... Wait a minute. How is that cinema in the way for this? Like... How massive is this? What? Like, look at that. It's... Anyway. I had mechanics. Why wasn't it fixed? Does not like rubble. Yeah, that makes sense. Too much deciduous. Okay, just too much deciduous. Oh wait, deciduous. There we go. I accidentally used deciduous to get rid of the water there. This is the one. This is where it's better to put all your water in one area of the exhibit. Yeah, but this looks nice. The dinosaur itself is massive. The cage is just a graphic. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, this is not big enough. Well, that's fine. But did I not have... I had a mechanic. Where is he? Oh, he's just busy. Okay, let's just hire more mechanics then. Okay, 5 should be enough. Okay, the zoo rating is a little low, but we have quite a bit of time before... Ah, look at the Apatosaurus. Moving around. Joe Schmo. Just sliding around. One maintenance work for the whole zoo, the poor bastard. It just needs to work a little harder, that's all. You are fine, right? Well, you're hungry, but you're fine. Do these guys need more trees? Because I removed a few. Well, apparently not. Okay, that's fine then. Feeling crowded by too many guests. Whatever, as long as you are happy, everything's fine. I am resisting the urge to give Dino facts. Well, I'm quite interested in Dino facts. As long as they're relevant to whatever dinosaurs I have here. Go ahead. Okay, while the zoo rating is recovering, let me save again. Big Dino Zoo. There we go. This is it. We basically have one in the middle, surrounded by 7 other exhibits. Well, I mean, if I would put some more here, then basically this area is the middle with the cinema, the restaurant, and the theater. Herosaurus is a Triassic dinosaur, not Jurassic. Is the odd man out in this zoo. Yeah, I know. But I just wanted them because they look cool. Thanks for liking my knees. Ooh woo. Oh, I love your knees. They're fantastic knees. Absolutely fantastic. The Kentrosauruses still haven't grown up yet. Interestingly. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Otherwise the waiting becomes very long. You don't have rubble, right? No. You're also not very happy. In that case... Okay. Again? At least now I have a spot to put them back. How... Like, I have 5 mechanics. Like... What? Also, I wanted a bigger fence, just, you know, so that guests wouldn't be staring at them all the time. That's why I was building this. You know, another fence on this side, because I believe I do need the electrified fence to keep them in anyway. Okay, there goes the zoo rating again. Now there's a double fence on most of the bits. I don't know if they can escape through the weaker fence. But should maybe keep them back for a little bit. Have they also made rubble? No, they haven't. Good. Hey, the Kentrosauruses have grown up. They're beautiful. They're more beautiful than the Stegosaurus. The Camptosauruses... Oh, they are grown up. They're just quite small. The Apatosauruses still have to grown up. Anyway, Allosaurus is a pretty cool dinosaur, especially one specimen called Big Al, who had a Walking with Dinosaur special about their life. Recently, that specific Allo is thought to have been female instead of male, as previously thought. The thing with prehistoric life is in general that we are still discovering new things about them. Yeah, it's very difficult to know a lot about the prehistoric stuff, since we're mostly just finding a little bit of bones, a little bit of poo, a little bit of eggs. Not much more than that, I believe. Correct me if that's wrong. Okay, the zoo seems to be fine now. I already see a couple of... Yeah, I saw that happen. That's why I paused preemptively. And I think I may have been just in time to save the zoo rating. Because the zoo rating isn't low yet, but it might get low once I unpause. Let me go back to normal speed. So, they went... Oh, hang on, let me correctly do those fences. They went through the smaller fence like it was nothing. Yeah, why did I buy my fencing from whatever company I bought it from? Oh, lol, there's a fence here. Is any other fence... Hang on, wasn't there one broken there? No, I just saw that wrong. All the other fences look fine. Okay, it looks like I was in time to save the zoo rating. Not that it really matters, because it would have been... Oh, never mind, I wasn't. It's going to be up in time. You know, we still have more than 3 months left. 3.5. As long as they don't escape again, it will be fine. Yeah, so many fences breaking. Like, why aren't they being fixed? I have 5 Holy crap. There's like so many fences here as well. Why aren't they being fixed? Yeah, the mechanics are absolutely terrible. Their maintenance works, technically. I call them mechanics Rollercoaster Tycoon. They're absolutely terrible at their jobs. Now, these fences breaking against the back of the zoo don't matter, because they can't escape there. When you named the zoo Jurassic Park, you didn't have to live up to the real Jurassic Park. It's not my fault. The mechanics can't do their job for shit. It's not my fault that I hired mechanics from Wish.com. They were the cheapest, okay? Hey, the Camptosaurus have laid an egg, because there's 3 of them now. And it's already grown up. Staff training makes them better. Oh yeah, I only did scientist training. I haven't done actual normal staff training. So I suppose that makes sense. Is there even a zoo rating requirement? Yes, there is. 75. I mean, it's going to be easy once it recovers. We'll be on like 85. And we have 3 escapes. Which isn't great. You know what? I'm just gonna go double electric. This is full double electric. Except at the gate, of course. If that isn't enough to keep them in for the rest of the scenario duration, then I don't know what is. I also need to keep fixing the other exhibits. Which I think are fine. Try to escape now, bitch. I think it's only Aloe Vera who has escaped. Grievert can't find any food. Well, the scientist is probably about to bring some. Are you positive this is the right choice? Well, I can hope. Like, if this can escape again, I just find that impressive. Okay, the zoo rating is high enough. We have 86, we only need 75. A few other fences are degrading. Let's fix them before any other dino escapes. Apparently I can't fix them because there's a Caudipteryx in the way. I'll just move that about. There's another Caudipteryx in the way. Were they about to escape? Maybe. Wait. Why can't they fix the fence? There's another Caudipteryx in it. What the hell? Is there... Oh, there's food in the way. Oh no, I can't fix it now. It was the Caudipteryx. Why were there 3 Caudipteryx in the exact same position? They're planning to escape. Yeah, probably. Which means I was just in time. Why aren't the mechanics fixing the fences? I'm just waiting for these Apatosauruses to grow up so they can get unhappy with the size of the fences and tank the guest happiness. Size of the exhibit and tank the guest happiness. I think that'll be fine. I think it'll absolutely be fine. Let's see. Are there any other broken fences? Seems to be fine. Finally, I'm on Twitch at the same time as you are streaming. I've been trying to catch you for ages. Well, I do always stream at the same time, although I don't really have my schedule published anywhere. What are you doing? Are you just not fixing anything? But welcome. Look at the exhibit list. Oh yeah, you can see that there. Oh, I just saw exhibit 1 being fixed. So they have helped a little. Wait, why do I have 9 exhibits? I have 8 exhibits, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, the drowning one. Of course. The little drowning pond. There's number 9. Number 9 large. Or however that quote goes. I don't know. I've only ever heard the quote. Like someone's order or something in a movie. I don't know. Oh, the Apatosauruses are grown up. They're massive. And it's not big enough, but they seem to still be happy. But, you know, it's all happened very recently, so... Perhaps... Survive drown number 15. Well... Or, oh, you mean with the order? Yeah, I think that's... I don't know. I don't even know what movie it's from. I just know it's a quote. The Apatosauruses are massive. Drown some nerd with a green shirt. Alrighty. Alavera looks overjoyed. Well, you will now be over dead. No, you can't escape the suffering of life. You will die. Listen to me, you will die. You will die. You will die, you will die, and it will be good. There we go. Oh, it's from a GTA game. I didn't even know. I've never played GTA. That was satisfying. Okay, do we have any other broken fences? I think they're fine. The Apatosauri are still happy. Let's save. There we go, and let's now fast forward again. Yeah, they stay happy. I told you, Cerulean. They're absolutely fine. Are the exhibits also fine? Yes, they are. I'm honestly surprised the Apatosaurs are okay with that pen. Why are you surprised if a gazelle's okay with literally a 2x1 pen? Like, they're not actually okay with it. It does say it's too small. Let's fix exhibit 6. Because I saw it being... Oh, I also see a broken fence there. Are we fine? Exhibit 6 is still broken. Where? Oh, it's probably still hasn't updated yet. There we go. Because most animals aren't gazelles. That's fair. And like, they do complain about it a little bit, but... it's not that bad. Okay, we're almost done with this scenario now. Let's just do a quick double check. Do we have everything we need? Looks like we do. Neat. And we're also quite rich. We have a lot of Ks. We make more than 20k a month from concessions alone. And quite a bit from donations too. Uh-oh. Exhibit 5, which is the Allosauruses. There we go. And exhibit 2 is also broken. Yeah, I see it. Damn, I really need that mechanic training. Exhibit 4 is broken. Oh, it's not quite broken, it's just damaged. But I don't want a dino to escape now. And exhibit 6. Oh, I see it. It's opposite water, so they can't use it to escape, but still. I don't really want to take any risks. Wait a minute. I heard rubble. Are animals getting unhappy? Let's get off fast forward. I think I just heard rubble. Yeah, there it is. Are you unhappy, Mr. Stego? Or are you just preggo? Well, you're gone. If you're too unhappy for... If you're making rubble because you're unhappy, I'll just sell you. Thank you for the follow, Mecha Dude. Now you won't make any rubble anymore. What's up, Majito Husky? Welcome. These Apatosauruses are so big they should almost be able to just step over the fence. It's ridiculous that this fence holds them in. Like, they can easily bend their neck over the fence and, like, reach the ground on the other side. How many guests do we have? 672. No wonder we're making a lot from concessions. There's that many guests. Let's see in the animal list. What animals have bred? We have 2 Allosauruses, 2 Apatosauri. We have 1 extra Camptosaurus. We seem to have 1 extra Caudipteryx. We have an extra Herrerasaurus. We have... Well, we had a few extras... 1 extra Stego, but I sold 2 of them. So, 3 dino species have bred. Yeah, they should break the fence by just scratching their side against it. It's ridiculous how massive they are. Only 2 of all these 8 dino species need what's it called? Dang it. Shelter, there we go. Why couldn't I find that word? Anyway, only 3 need a shelter, and that 2. And that's the Camptosaurus with the burrow, and... Oops, sorry. And the Dino with the Allosaurus with a massive Dino cave. There's also the ice shelter, but that's for... Obviously for Ice Age animals. Okay, December 13. Let's fast forward a little bit. And then we finally finish this scenario. Okay, I've definitely learned something here. And that is that dino fences. That you need to take care of them. Apatosaurus in this game are way bigger than they are in real life. IRL they are decent size, but there are plenty of dinos far larger than them. I suppose. But this is very cool. They're massive size. Alright, just a few days left. It's December 28th. Let's just do a final check. Yeah, seems all fine. Save. Fun fact, Caudipteryx is the same clade as birds. Maniraptora. I mean, didn't dinos evolve into birds? So that makes sense. What the hell is a clade anyway? I've never heard that term. It's the 31st. All the dinos in this game are ridiculously oversized. It adds to the charm of the game. It does. Okay, we've won. This was definitely a tricky scenario with how often the fences broke. That's also really the only thing. Okay, at the start, the money was a bit tight. But other than that, it was just easy. At least not, well, not necessarily easy, but it wasn't very difficult. It was just stupid fences. Oh yeah, it was definitely fun. And I learned quite a bit. You need to take care of your fences on dino zoos. That's very important. Anyway. Thank you very much for watching. I had fun this stream. And I'm gonna see if someone is playing Zoo Tycoon. Never has it happened that someone is playing Zoo Tycoon. But maybe it's happening now. It's happening! Someone is actually playing Zoo Tycoon 1. Oh, it's Zoo Tycoon Freak. Well, that makes sense then. They were in my stream earlier. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for this live stream. And I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you will have a good week. I'll see you on Wednesday. And in the meantime, have a fun at ZT Freaks stream. Have a good night. Bye-bye. We